integrity is so important. Yung reputational damage is hard to repair. Sometimes what you expected from somebody, a partner, completely turn into a different direction.
Ang tingin ko dyan, pag nagtayo ka talaga ng business, kailangan talaga tututukan mo eh.
Ang tendency pa pag pinahawak mo na sa iba, doon pa siya parang nasisira.
Oo.
Risky siya. It requires a lot of disciplina.
Let's all welcome pro athlete turned entrepreneur, Chris True.
When I was playing in the UAP for Ateneo, I did not have plans of playing professional basketball.
Usapang praktikal at madiskarteng galawan. Ito ang Para-Paraan with Salmin. Hosted by Jorik, our resident raketero, at MK ng FH Moms. Hindi natin iiwasan ang usapang finance at hahanapan natin yan ng mga para-paraan.
Usapang pera ba? Hindi natin tatakbuhan yan. Ako si Jorik, your resident rakitero.
At ako naman si MK of FH Moms, where moms work smart. And we welcome you to
Para-Paraan with Salmon.
Dito ang pera hindi lang basta-basta tinatago, kundi pinapalago.
From tried and tested money moves to practical financial choices, tara at pag-usapan natin ang mga para-paraan na yan. At bago tayo mag-umpisa sa ating topic for today, may question ako bilang businesswoman ka. Gusto ko malaman, gaano kahalaga ang discipline, of course, sa business and money management?
Nako, sobrang importante na. I've been doing business for 8 years na rin. Nakakatakot, no, kapag na-mismanage mo kahit konting pera mo from the business, no, pag hindi mo nabantayan and all that. So, importante talaga na alam mo kung magkano pumapasok, lumalabas, no. I think lahat ng business owners, yan yung parang pinaka-ingat na ingat kami kasi talagang nakadepende sa cash flow, no, kung magsasucceed yung business mo or not.
So, hindi. Simple lang talaga. Kung wala kang disiplina, lahat yan mawawala sa'yo.
Alam mo, kahit hindi lang sa
general,
business, diba,
diba?
sa work, no, kapag pinabayaan mo din talaga yan.
Discipline is very important.
Sobrang hirap pag hindi ka disiplinado sa kahit saan, no? And speaking of discipline, alam mo yung guest din natin ngayon, if not lahat, I think most of the people na nasa sports, no? And our guest, no, for today is a retired pro bowler. Very present pa rin siya sa kanyang business on a daily basis. Diba? Sino ba yung mga athletes na may mga businesses pero konti lang rin naman talaga sila.
Kasi mahirap sa oras nila.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Sobrang excited tayo na ipakilala ang guest natin for today. Let's all welcome pro athlete turned entrepreneur, Chris True. Hi, Chris!
Hi, MK.
Hello.
Thank you for having me here.
Kamusta ang traffic sa araw na ito?
Not too bad, surprisingly.
Nagre-ready na tayo,
ang EDSA.
No? Kasi magpapasko. Saan po kayo galing bago kayo pumunta dito, sir?
Makati lang naman.
Business din, syempre.
Sa opisina.
Tagal kong di nakita. Sa huli ko nakita, sir, sa Milo eh.
Talaga ba?
Sa Pacnol eh.
Matagal na yun.
Sa Pacnol Milo. Sabi ko parang, bukod sa of course, isa sa mga kilalang mga athlete ng of course ng Pilipinas. Sir, kamusta ang buhay mula sa pagiging basketball player hanggang sa pagiging businessman?
Okay naman. It's fun pero very challenging din. So I'm enjoying the whole process of working with teams, with meeting a lot of new people, exercising my brain and trying to execute the ideas that I have in mind, making it a reality. It comes with the challenges. So yeah, I'm good and I'm thankful to the Lord. I'm still here and I have a growing family. So.
Nice. Ano yung difference ng life pagdating sa court tapos ngayon na nasa business ka naman?
Well, parehong may pressure no? Although sa basketball court, as a pro athlete or even as a college athlete, of course may uncertainty sa susunod na mangyayari sa'yo sa career mo. Sa pag college athlete ka, hindi mo sure kung makukuha ka sa professional leagues. Pag nasa pro ka naman at say nasa PBA ka, may kontrata ka 1 year or 2 years, okay, you're guaranteed X amount a month for the next 2 years, but you're not sure what's gonna happen next. Diba? Kung mapipirmahan ka ba, matitrade ka, or baka tapos na ang career mo. There's that certainty, may window of certainty, but there's also the pressure of performing kasi hindi mo alam anong mangyayari sa susunod di ba? So, as an entrepreneur, ganoon din. There's a lot of pressure. You're an entrepreneur yourself. May risk talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi tumataya ka, ito, savings mo or, pondo na pinaghirapan mo, mag-invest ka, but there's no guarantee that, it's gonna come back to you, whether in full or 10 times or nothing at all di ba? Risky siya and it requires a lot of courage, disciplina, responsibility, sacrifices. Pero the rewards naman are also priceless in a way. not just monetary.
Pero Chris, nung playing ka for collegiate, syempre kalamihan ng mga athletes, kasi marami akong kilala mga players of course, kasi nag-manage ako ng mga talents before. Yung pagiging collegiate basketball player nila, preparations talaga nila sa pro scene eh. Kayo po ba ganun din yung mga naging plano nyo? Or right after college, parang sure na kayo na okay, magpo-pro ako? Or talagang diretso business ako?
Actually, very good question. When I was playing in the UAP for Ateneo, I did not have plans of playing professional basketball. Akala ko after ko mag-graduate from Ateneo, mag-work na ako. Di ko pa sure kung mag-business ako at that time or magtatrabaho ako sa corporate or kung ano gagawin ko. You know, one thing led to another. I was fortunate at that time. Nung mag-graduate na ako from university, nabuo ang Gilas Pilipinas program. So naging bahagi ako ng Gilas 1. And I think that was the most compelling reason for me to continue playing basketball kasi makakapaglaro ako for the national team. Agad dream ko talaga yun makapaglaro for the national team. And then nabigyan din ako ng opportunity sa showbiz in a way, sa GMA7.
Nagkaroon ka ng show, diba?
May programa ako. Unang programa ko noon is with Manny Pacquiao called Pinoy Records. Nag-host kami ng mga educational programs.
For how long
today. That program, I think 5-6 years. But until today, I'm still doing hosting with GMA7. So, did I think of doing business right away? No? So what happened nga? So I decided to play for the national team right after college. Tapos nag-professional din ako sa PBA. But during that period, I was also doing business already and investing. I started my first business when I was still in college in Ateneo. I had a food stall in school called Chinky Chickens. Nagbenta kami ng mga anything chicken on rice. Chicken nuggets, chicken teriyaki, chicken lollipop, any chicken. And then doon namin sa school. That was my first business venture as a student. And then after college, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. I started my first businesses, one of which is Happy Lemon. I think familiar kayo and still around today. Food yung unang industry na pinasukan ko. So that was while I was still playing professionally. No, that was the food business, yung Happy Lemon and the others.
After college
na yun. So while I was playing professionally.
Grabe, paano nyo napapasok pa yung schedule? Kasi alam ko, grabe yung schedule ng mga athletes Minsan 2 beses siya nag-training in a day.
Matindi.
Tapos, nag-aaral pa. Tapos nag-umpisa ka magtinda ng college ka, 'di ba? So, paano yung time frame mo noon? Paano mo napapagkasya?
Time management, yeah.
Mahirap. Sinabi mo, time management. I think yung isa sa mga to manage expectations when we started those businesses, I worked with partners.
Yeah.
And people who were instrumental in executing and making
operations
and making the business grow and work, diba? It's impossible to do it yourself. Maybe my role at the time was really strategy, forming the team, and until now I think that's really my strength. Hopefully hindi lang face value. But a lot of sacrifice talaga. And right after college, syempre single ka pa, wala ka pang family, you're on your own, so it's really prioritizing. So making sacrifices. Syempre, you have to give up some time for your own mga hobbies, your time with friends, and mga other leisure things to focus on your career, which is basketball and the businesses that you want to do. So at the time, nagagawa ng paraan. Talagang sakripisyo, working with teams to get things done, and just being efficient and knowing how to be madiskarte.
Somewhat ba nakatulong yung pagiging disiplinado in like being an athlete sa pagiging entrepreneur?
Sobra. Not just naman sa business at sa sports. I think even in the media industry, in any industry that you go to, discipline is number one, diba? There are many times as an athlete, pagod na pagod ka na, but you have to show up. You have to train. You have to push yourself. You know, you have to wake up super early to train kahit ayaw bigat ng katawan mo, kailan mo gawin, di ba? Otherwise, your performance will suffer, yung team, maapektuhan. Yeah. Ganun din naman sa negosyo.
Exactly.
We have to show up and we have to do the hard things. We have to get things done. Even if sometimes you don't want to. You have to sacrifice time with your family or with your mga pastimes na gusto mong gawin. Di ba? Para ma-achieve mo yung goals mo. Yeah, preparation, researching, being responsible with your tasks, the tasks you have to do, and making sacrifices. I think discipline is definitely very much tied into both sports and business.
Kanina ka na-mention mo, Chris, na parang yung pagiging pro athlete at yung paglalaro for the Philippines, isa yan sa mga dream talaga ng mga collegiate players. Pero ikaw, ano yung main reason mo para masabi mo na parang okay, tapos na ako dito, pasok na ako sa business or sa showbiz?
Ganda na mga tanong mo. I retired from professional basketball at 2018. I was 30, I just turned 33 at the time. Relatively young.
Ilang taon ba usually ang retirement
Well,
age?
may mga kaibigan ako sa industry. Hanggang 40, naglalaro pa rin. As long as may contract ka, nabibigyan ka ng opportunity. But there are some that ended early. So, but I was blessed naman to have been playing for many years. And my team then, Rain or Shine, wanted me to play much longer. But it was really a decision that I made after discerning and praying for guidance and wisdom. And I just decided to stop na. Mainly because I think I've been doing it for so long, since college, even high school pa. My whole life,
really?
Basketball na. And I feel like time is ticking. I was 33 years old then. There's so many other things that I want to do.
Naging factor ba nung nagkaroon ka ng family?
Oh yes, also. Yeah. Siyempre, hindi mo rin hawak oras mo pag sa team ka, nagta-travel kayo. My kids were growing up. I wanted to be more present with them. Not just the time, but mentally and emotionally present when you're with them. Kasi minsan you're with them, pero your mind is elsewhere.
Right,
diba? So that's a factor, family. And then also, I think I already experienced what I had to experience in the game of basketball. Playing for college, internationally, professionally. The joys, the triumphs were there. Also the challenges, the adversity, and the realities of the game of professional basketball, of any professional league. So I felt like naranasan ko na yon, and it would have been, let's just say I wanted at that age na I'm still physically, mentally energetic and excited, and I just wanted to already pursue and try other things more. I mean, I was doing business then, but syempre iba eh. Medyo part-time ka lang dun kasi priority mo ang sports, diba? So I decided, sige, I'll have to focus, and I wanted to pursue other things, other projects. Other sports din.
Yeah, sa sports, diba? Very important ang role ng coach, right? And sa business, ganun din. No? Meron tayo dapat na consider who would help us, mga mentors and all that. Meron ka bang ganun na kino-consider?
Meron din. I think in the organizations that I've worked with, there are more senior, older people, more experienced, who are just much smarter and knowledgeable. So I learn from them. They guide me, they teach me. But growing up kasi, coming from a Chinese-Filipino family, I've been surrounded with entrepreneurs, with business people. So yung mga discussion, it's always about business. So parang that's my environment na growing up eh. Even my friends and their parents are all into business.
Sa school. Most of my friends from Ateneo are also entrepreneurs.
Lalo na Xavier School. Because I came from Xavier School. It's also a Chinese-Filipino school. So mga kaklase ko, puro negosyante din ng mga pamilya. So parang naging nakasanay na namin. It's actually kind of like a norm already there eh. So we were trained to think that way and to think entrepreneurial. But yes, I do have people I look up to and I kind of follow now that serve as my kind of guide and also mentors that I seek advice from.
Like, do you still follow mentors or coaches online?
Online,
you do that as well?
Not strictly one or two person. I just, when I come across something, I try to read up on it, pick her brains and the way they think. And try to learn and put together my own philosophy in a way.
Meron ka bang top of your mind na favorite business coach na pina-follow?
Well, hindi naman talaga siya business coach, but si Adam Grant, he's an author. I like reading his books. And I think it's just general life advice and philosophies that I find very useful.
How about mga financial strategies na pina-follow mo? Do you have that as well?
Not one but I just have my own siguro based on what I see are best practices and one that suits my character, my personality, my risk propensity. Kasi iba-iba naman kada tao, diba? Some are just more risk averse, some are more aggressive. So
especially this one, it's a franchising na business. Iniisip ko lang ano yung parang difference niya when it comes to having your own brand. I'm not sure if it has a difference. From what I know kasi, yung mga franchising na business, parang somewhat may support din na binibigay yung talagang...
Principal.
Yeah. May ganun, di ba?
Yes.
Na parang may support pa rin na binibigay. So I feel na malaking tulong siya for first-time entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
Diba? Is that the reason then why you
we chose to do that business? Yeah. Well, we chose Happy Lemon as my first business because I think at that time, right after college, food had a low barrier to entry business, diba? It's easy to learn. It's not as capital intensive. It's accessible, and that was around us. So parang, let's try it. And when we found this brand from Shanghai called Happy Lemon that that was already kind of well known.
Kayo ba yung first na nagdala? Hindi naman.
Sa Philippines?
Oo.
We're the exclusive and the only one in the Philippines, yes. But in other countries, they're also present.
Right.
So like what you said, it's a kind of like a shortcut marketing already na, they have already some sort of brand recall in a way.
I didn't know
R&D.
na pwede yung exclusive. Ngayon ko lang siya nalaman. So lahat ng stores na lalabas sa Philippines.
In the Philippines, yes. Most of the time, the foreign brands, especially for food, they work with one exclusive country license.
Kasi marami ngayon na franchising business pero iba-ibang franchisees.
I think that's local na yun.
Yeah.
Or even if you're a country license, pwede ka naman mag-sub-franchise.
Right.
Let's say we own Happy Lemon, Philippines, we can get a franchisee for this location, another franchisee for that. So you can sub-franchise. But so the local brands that are homegrown, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's what they do,
They
diba?
get franchisees.
So this international brand, so malaki rin yung naging investment, right? Kasi you're bringing an international brand in the Philippines. Nanggaling ba ito sa savings mo and all that?
Yes.
So isa ba siyang parang masasabi natin na financial risk din? Kasi parang of course
kaka-graduate mo lang. Ipon
diba?
mo yun eh.
So
diba?
technically yun yung first na risk mo in terms of investment and financial din na decisions, right?
Siguro, one of
biggest,
them.
probably. Yeah.
Not the biggest.
Not the biggest naman. Okay.
Not the biggest.
Okay.
Definitely not the biggest.
Minsan, nakaka-overwhelm talagang magtabi ng pera. Pero mas panatag ang loob kapag safe, secured, at may interest. Sa Salmon Time Deposit, mas kampante ka na. Terms and conditions apply. Salmon Time Deposit is a product of Salmon Bank, Rural Bank Incorporated, a bank regulated by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Deposits are only accepted within bank premises or through authorized bank channels. Deposits are insured by PDIC up to 1 million pesos per depositor.
So, paano mo naman na-handle yung, yung miscalculation or any financial challenges when it comes to this kind of business?
I think in any business or finance, when you talk about miscalculation, I think that's hindi maiwasan. Diba? The only way na hindi ka magkakamali is if you don't try. Diba? Hindi ka nag-try, hindi ka talaga magkakamali.
Hindi ka talaga ng risk.
Even the best entrepreneurs, business people, you have the Googles, the Amazons, or the top companies in the world, I'm sure all of the founders have made mistakes one way or another, many mistakes. To me, a mistake is a chance to learn as long as you're aware and humble of what could have been done better and then work on that. Diba? So I think it's important that you're able to recognize that, to be agile, to adapt, to trying to tweak your business to make it work. And kung wala talaga, you just cut it and then try to bounce back, whether it's in another business or another investment, another way. So importante we are quick to learn, to adapt, and to rebound. Wala, hindi maiwasan eh. If you want to make a mistake, then don't try. Diba? And I think for me, I learned a lot through the mistakes, not just in business, but even in sports, in life. We make mistakes and that's how we learn. Importante lang, I think, is awareness, diba? And the humility to recognize the hard truths, what really went wrong. Is it me? Is it a certain person that I work with? A certain decision? Is it a certain system, product, whatever it is? Sometimes it's humility that you need to acknowledge what really went wrong.
Ito bang business smokers na Happy Lemon? Solo ka dito or you have partners?
I have partners.
Ano yung naging consideration mo para kumuha para dun sa mga magiging partners mo? Kasi ewan ko kung na-apply sa inyo to, pero may mga narinig kasi ako na parang pag magtatayo ka ng business, minsan daw hindi ko kumuha ng friends kasi nagkakasiraan daw. Nangyayari ba sa inyo?
Nangyayari. But luckily, this group, 5 kami dyan eh. Mga barkado ko to since high school pa kami. And then we all went to the same college. And then we invested together. I guess what's important is yung values ng tao. You have to, malalaman mo na more or less yung values niya, lifestyle niya, yung approach sa pera, approach when dealing with other people. You know, luckily, okay kami, masaya. And ako, I like working with people because I see it as a project in business. And if you're your friends, you like working with that person. Nagiging a nice activity that you do together. And if you succeed and make money, then that's great. If you're able to impact a lot of people, that's great. Diba? Kung wala, diba? Then, yun talaga, negosyo sometimes.
That's good to know na nag-work yung venture nyo as friends. Kasi, kagaya nga nasabi ni George, parang hindi naman lahat din talaga.
Hindi lahat.
Actually,
I've heard a lot of horror stories.
nag-aaway at nag-friendship over when it comes to
Marami
business.
Ganun.
Yeah.
Marami
And
ganun.
kahit mag-asawa, diba?
Kahit family, even
true.
friends.
Kaya sobrang hirap.
Yeah.
So, it's good na okay with friends, but
the importance in values talaga eh.
Very important.
You have to know the person and yung principles nila.
Was there a business mistake na hindi mo makakalimutan?
Oo.
Ano yan?
Marami.
Isa lang.
Pinaka-unforgettable for you.
Oo.
Sabihin ko
Pero
ba dito?
totoo, sobrang dami talaga, di ba?
Kasi sabi niya kanina, mag-try ka talaga na mag-try para malaman mo kung mag-work siya eh. So kailangan mag-take ka talaga ng risk. Pero meron bang isang unforgettable na pwede mo i-share sa amin na pwedeng
Yung
talagang
pwedeng
nawala
i-share.
na? Oo, malaki-laki nawala or may nasirang pagkakaibigan ba dito?
Okay lang kung pera lang eh. Pero minsan, relationship eh. Ganun.
Parang people management yung isa sa pinakamahirap for me.
Oh, yeah.
Dealing with people, ayan, pinakamahirap.
Let's just say sometimes what you expected from somebody, a partner, completely turned into a different direction. And in the process, soured your relationship.
I think very common siya with co-founders talaga. Parang yung expectation hindi na-meet, something like that.
If it's expectations on performance and on the commercial side, okay lang. Pag values na pag-uusapan, dun yung mas irreparable for me. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Let's go back dun sa business uli natin. Bakit food and beverages yung napili mong pasukin? Saka tama, di ba? Ito yung first talaga na pinasok mo at naging successful ka agad.
Na corporation. Yeah, may swerte din. Because at that time, wala naman kaming alam. We just graduated from college. It like I said, it has the lowest barrier to entry. It's easy to learn. It's not as capital intensive. So sabi ko, dyan tayo sumubok.
I'm not sure if it's just me, pero karamihan, kapag entrepreneur ka, isa sa top mo na choice din talaga is food and beverage. Kasi nga mabilis ibenta and all that. Sure ka na meron at merong bibili. So, lagi siyang nasa top choice.
And bukod dun sa Happy Lemon, meron ka pang mga ibang businesses na ginagawa, tama?
Yeah, we have other food brands na baka mas familiar. One is a high-end French bakery called Eric Kaiser. So, mga baguette, croissants, other French. It's also a franchise from Europe. And then we have some sub-franchise stores of Pepper Lunch, yung sizzling. Then may isa pa palang consumer. This family naman is Discovery, the Discovery Group. We're into hospitality and tourism. We have properties in Metro Manila and then the tourism destinations in Boracay, in Coron, under the Discovery brand for mas elevated tourism. And then personally, now I'm doing more utilities, siguro. Focusing on water, wastewater treatment, renewable energy as well, may logistics, real estate. So, iba-iba.
Sa family mo naman, ano talaga yung pinaka-business ng family nyo? At buti hindi ka pinush ng parents mo na parang, wag ka na magtayin business sa amin ka na lang, ito na lang, ikaw na lang.
Actually, I'm helping with the family also. Like I mentioned Discovery World, Discovery Corporation, Discovery World Corporation. That's under the family business and I'm helping them out. And also in the water business also, I'm doing that with the family. So, yeah, meron part with the family, meron din mga sarili ko and with friends. Yes, they did ask me to join and to help out. Sometimes ako other ideas that I want to pursue also, my own direction. So I just nagsarili din ako. Yeah, did I answer the question? Yeah.
So, bukod dun sa, ngayon, alam naman natin na ongoing yung mga businesses mo, lalo na yung Happy Lemon na sobrang successful. Kung meron
I wouldn't
pa,
say sobrang successful. It's alright.
kung kaya pa ng schedule mo or meron ka pang gustong pasukin
Kaya pa ba?
na business, meron ka pa bang gustong gawin
i-try.
at i-try ngayon sa business?
Dami. Masyado madami. Malikot utak ko masyado eh.
Okay.
Yun nga yung problema ko. Hindi dami kong gustong pasukan. Pero nag-iisa lang ako and I only have how many hours a day to think and to make things happen. Anong business yun? What industry are we talking about?
Anything
gusto mo
lang
i-try.
na gusto mo pang i-try. Kasi ang dami na nun. Iba't ibang industries na yun. Yung mga na-mention mo kanina.
Baka flood control.
Kailangan natin yan.
Tayo sa malaking kitaan. Parang kanina pa tayo nag-uusap about business. I wanted naman to check kung meron ka pa bang ibang ginagawa na, of course, hobbies. Do you have any hobbies pa na ginagawa?
I thought of one that you asked me what I wanted to get into. But I mentioned I'm doing a lot of other things in the utilities and in logistics and real estate. There's one business that siguro I thought of, yung mass food production or mass food supply that is affordable to the poor and that is nutritious or that provides the nutrition, essential nutrients that they need. Kasi, we're a poor country and malnutrition is a problem. Main problem. And because of that, underdeveloped ang brains, ang katawan ng mga bata. And even not just the kids, even tayo sa mga Pilipino, tingnan mo lang yung ang dami heart disease, stroke, high blood, diabetes, mataas ang sukat. Tapos tatanungin ko, bakit ganyan kayo kumain? Sasagutin sa akin, sir, mahal kasi kumain ng healthy. Ito lang kaya namin eh. Diba?
Actually.
So, kawawa din eh. Even if, say they wanted to, but they cannot afford it or they don't have access to it. So if I were to, dream business is to have a product that is super cheap, that it can be afforded by the poorest of the poor. in the country. Pero masustansya pa rin. Kasi sayang kung hindi lang nade-develop dahil undernourished siya. Diba? Yung brain development at especially the formative ages, kailangan talagang nutritious ang kinakain ng mga bata para tumangkad, develop yung organs. Otherwise, hanggang doon na lang, sayang. So, it's hard because usually nga, nutritious food is not that cheap, expensive. And only few have access to that.
Ikaw, Jordy, do you have any food business idea?
Ako, ever since, ang gusto ko talagang itayo or talagang subukan is coffee shop. Lalo na ngayon sa generation ngayon. Hindi, lalo na ngayon sa generation ngayon, yung mga bagets, yung mga bata, ayan, kahit na wala ka ng pera, basta mayroon kang panggaping itatabi, kasama mo yung friends mo, ilalaban mo yan.
Saka kahit acidic ka, no?
Oo.
Sinisikmura ka na, sige lang.
Ewan ko kung may something din sa generation ngayon, parang yan ang mga usually yung nagiging tagpuan or tambayan nila. Diba?
Kahit tabi-tabi na yung coffee shops, parang nag-thrive pa rin yung mga coffee shops.
But that's better than alcohol. Kasi I heard this generation, ninyo at ng younger, instead, yung alcohol consumption has really gone down substantially. I think globally. Gen Z and Gen Z ba is above 18 years old. Yeah, diba?
Yeah,
mga Gen Z, even the younger millennials and Gen Z, I guess because people are just more health conscious now. Diba? So they shift to coffee runs, coffee raves, whatever, coffee more matcha. Than instead of alcohol or matcha. Diba? So I think okay na siguro yan kaysa alcohol yung kinoconsume. Yun lang, yung acidity problem next na kalabanin.
Kasi ngayon parang may kita mo rin ang dami rin mga pop-up stores na kahit yung mga containers lang nagkatayo ng mga coffee shop. Pero tinatao siya, mas lalo na kung yung place mo, yung magandang tambayan. Minsan may nakikita
akong
mga... Pero
mahirap talaga mag-start ng food business kasi we also tried running a food business. Tawag namin is dine sa lipa or pag nasa lipa ka, taga-lipa ka, dine sa lipa yung parang wordplay. And then, nagsaserve kami ng mga typical na mga silog, ganyan, and all that. Kasi uso yun sa lipa eh. Pero naging problem is, sobrang hirap pala kasi, for example, my husband, kasi siya yung nagluluto. Siya rin yung mamimili. Tapos ako, I got pregnant during that time. So parang sabi ko, hindi yata natin to kaya. Mas sanay kami sa digital na business. So that was the first time that we tried doing a traditional.
Food service talaga, traditional.
And nabigla kami. Sabi ko, hindi yata natin to kaya. So we stopped doing it muna for a while.
Yeah, ikaw, paano mo naisip na pumasok din sa pag-business?
In general, sobrang hilig ko rin talaga magnegosyo. Even before pa kagaya na nagbebenta na ako ng mga kung ano-ano pagkain, elementary, high school, college. Talagang buong buhay ko yata nagbebenta ako.
Pero di ba Lipa has good Arabica coffee?
Yeah. Coffee din.
Pang coffee shop.
Sobrang ganda rin talaga mag-business. And because of business rin, I feel na mas naging responsible ako when it comes to finances. Yeah. Kasi syempre, di ba, ako lagi ko sinasabi na wala ka namang isa-save, especially kung wala kang kinikita or wala kang way for you to earn, no? So, mahirap. So, that's why it's important na yung mga tao talaga is makonsider nila to run a business, no? Kahit maliit lang, kahit home-based, no? Kasi very important yan talaga. Sa panahon ngayon na for us kasi, di ba, as freelancers and content creators, ikaw rin, for sure, in the future, mag-start ka rin ng something, no, na pwede mo pang pagkakitaan iba.
Naisip ko rin yan kasi lalo na nga sa work natin as mga content creators, hindi kasi fix yung mga income natin, of course, na pumapasok, tas puro lang tayo, racket. Pero ako kasi, ang tingin ko dyan, pag nagtayo ka talaga ng business, kailangan talaga tututukan mo eh. Hindi pwede yung, dahil may puhunan ka lang, gusto mo magtayo ng business, pahawak mo sa iba. Diba? Hindi naman ganun mag-work yun eh.
Ang tendency pa pag pinahawak mo na sa iba, doon pa siya parang nasisira.
Para ka lang dinagalaga ng bata niya, na pag, syempre, binuo mo, kailangan mo alagaan, bantayan, hanggang sa mag-grow siya, diba? Kasi may mga taong lumalapit sa akin na gitsa eh. Lalo na ngayon, yung mga millennials na pagka-graduate ng college, minsan nga kahit college pa lang, nag-iisip na mag-business eh. Nag-o-offer na kagad sila. Pero parang una kong tinatanong sa kanila, sa busy mo sa school, pagiging content creator, kaya mo ba tutukan yung business mo? Tapos parang sabihin nila, hindi, meron tayong ilalagay dyan. Parang ako, parang di naman ata okay yung ganun. Kasi of course, yung perang ilalagay mo doon, dugot pawis mo yun eh. Pinaghirapan mo, diba? So, hindi naman basta-basta pwedeng ilalabas mo lang, bahala sila magpalago, mag-aabang ka na lang. Parang for me, kailangan talagang tutukan mo siya. At hindi lang basta-basta dahil may puhunan ka, ay magtatayo ka na ng business. You have to make sure na mababantayan at maaalagaan mo siya para maging worth it din, of course, yung business. Kasi alam naman natin ng mga business, hindi naman yan 100% nagsasucceed lahat, diba? Kailangan mo talagang mag-take ng risk.
Actually, marami talaga ang businesses na nagfe-fail, diba?
Mas marami ang nagfe-fail.
Definitely.
Not to discourage our viewers.
Yes, but
reality.
definitely it's true. Yeah.
Saka kailangan talaga, risk taker ka.
Kaya kung bata ka pa, maganda talaga mag-try ka ng iba't ibang businesses. Kung mag-fail ka ng mag-fail, sige. Pero magla-learn ka talaga from all the
Wag mo lang sasangla yung bahay mo.
Wag mo lang, oo naman.
Wag mo sasangla bahay mo.
So calculated
or
pa rin
bahay ng magulang mo, baka sinangla mo.
Calculated pa rin na risk, no? Meron ka bang parang general tip, no, for all the Gen Zs na kagaya mo na na planning mag-start, no, ng business right after college? General tip for every young entrepreneurs.
Study the business that you want to get into. Study it well. Luckily, you have all the tools now with internet and
we have ChatGPT,
AI. You have information at your fingertips. So study well. You prepare. Like I said, you have to try. You have to try. It's the best way to learn. If things don't go as planned, you have to be quick to adjust.
That's a really good tip, no? I think most of us na mga entrepreneurs, yun din talaga yung sinasabi sa mga nagsisimula pa lang na wag matakot mag-try kasi ganun talaga sa business or any career naman, di ba? Kahit sa atin as content creators, no, as freelancers, talaga.
One more thing. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Tapusin mo na. Sorry.
Yeah, very important talaga na mag-try lang na mag-try.
Yeah, and I think for me, do it for the right reasons. It's good to be motivated by money. Of course, it has to be profitable. Gusto natin kumita. But I think do it because you feel strongly about the product or service that you're offering because it will impact people's lives positively. And I think that's a bigger parang motivation or driving force. Kasi kung money ang pera lang, it's easy to give up. It's easy to
kapag hindi na bumebenta.
It's easy to lose direction also. And it could make you make wrong, quote-unquote, wrong decisions. Okay lang naman if really that's your motivation at the start, diba? But sana over time, you think of the bigger picture and how that project, that business can impact positively your customers, your employees, communities that you work with.
Di lang talaga siya pera-pera. Kailangan may puso ka rin talaga din sa gagawin mo. And totoo yung sinabi ni Chris na kailangan na aralin mo yung papasukin mo kasi ngayon nga, di ba? Aggressive yung mga tao ngayon. Ano yung mga bata ngayon na parang pag meron silang gustong gawin, dahil ang into or uso to, papasukin. I mean, okay naman siya, nag-take ka na risk. Pero better, kung alam mo, of course, yung path na tatahakin mo at naaral mo yung gusto mong pasukin na business para mas malaki yung chance na magtagumpay to, syempre.
And another thing, I think integrity is so important, especially when you're young, you're starting up. You have to build a good reputation. Once you're known to be dishonest, be not fair sa customers, sa partners, whoever, yung reputational damage is hard to repair. And that will be carried with you for the rest of your lives. It's going to be harder to get investor. It's going to be harder to convince your customers to deal with you because ganun na yung naging reputation. So start on the right foot and stay the course, diba? Pagdating sa integrity.
Minsan sa hustle, kailangan ng puhunan. Kaya mapapaisip ka, worth it bang mag-invest sa sarili ko? Aba, syempre. Buti na lang, merong Salmon Credit Line. Available via loan online and powered by the Salmon app. Offered by Sunprime Finance Incorporated and regulated by the SEC. Salmon puts your needs first with flexible borrowing options. Loan online, powered by the Salmon app. Serves as the online lending platform for Sunprime Finance Incorporated. SEC Reg number CS2019-16698, CA number 1241. Read the terms and conditions before availing of this loan product.
Meron ka bang tip para sa amin naman to ni Jory? Kasi pareho kami nasa early 30s namin. And that as raketero and raketera, parang tinatry namin i-grab lahat ng mga earning opportunities. So kami nagke-create ng content, no, hosting gigs and all that. As freelancer business din and all that. So lahat ng pwedeng pasukin talaga tinatry namin hanggang kaya pa. And ano sa tingin mo yung importance din ng diversification when it comes to this things?
Nothing wrong with that. Actually, that's admirable kasi you're really working hard para makaipon. Yun din naman ako nag-start eh. Lahat tayo ganyan. But I think what's important on the financial side, if nakapag-ipon na, is you know how to use what you've earned, your income mo, di ba? How to invest it. Because it's easy to just throw that all away with wrong decisions, with the lack of discipline and being impulsive. So kailangan ng disiplina ulit on what you would invest in. Financial literacy is very important. Luckily, kasi when I started after college, diba, I said I got into showbiz, basketball, may mga endorsements. So very fortunately, nakapag-ipon ako at an early age. what I did was I invested in not just business. Business was just one stream actually. Because like I said, our time is finite. We can only, let's say yung ginagawa ninyo, you're as good as what, if you have to be present in the studio or sa mga gigs to earn, diba? But there's only one you. And if you're not there, hindi ka makakita. So it's good also to have passive income and other sources of income and investments, no? Like for example, real estate. If you have enough, start investing in real estate because it'll appreciate in value over time. Different financial instruments, diba? If you're well versed with equities or stocks, maybe you can invest in the right bonds or fixed income or instruments, time deposits or whatnot that can give you steady income, passive income, so that you're not reliant on your physical self to generate the cash. Kasi paano kung nagkasakit ka? Paano kung unavailable ka or nagbabakasyon ka and naubos pero at least even if you're not there, somehow if you invested wisely and correctly, is your net asset value, your savings is gone into more productive ways of generating income. And then business is also another possibility, diba? But business, like we all agreed, kailangan nakatutok tayo dyan, diba? We have to be. I think diversification of investments, okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to know rin if you really have a strong feeling about certain business, for example, and you want to put more resources there, sige, boost mo dun kasi confident ka, alam mo na diba, kailangan. Kasi sometimes in business, if you diversify naman too much, it could double-edged sword siya.
Talaga?
Pwede. Kasi yes, it could shield you from a market circumstance that could hurt a certain industry. Kaya COVID, nangyari, pandemic, let's say, tourism industry was hurt, diba? So, but may iba kang income from, let's say, food or
utilities, tuloy-tuloy.
So you're shielded that way. Pero also, ngayon, di ba, nag-tax ang Amerika, ng tariff, papasok na Amerika. If you're an exporter and suddenly affected ka, hindi ka makabenta dun kasi hindi na competitive product mo, taas ng tariff. So, at least meron ka ibang, di ba, pwedeng business. But I said it's double-edged sword because if you diversify naman too much, you could spread yourself out thinly. You could be a jack of all trades but master of none. Diba? So, and then your time to think and to focus on one project, one business and making it from good to great is diminished because nga you're a little bit everywhere. Even your resources na pwede mong ibuhos sa isa para palakihin ng husto, biglang inhati-hati mo at hindi napupunduhan ito, hindi ko nabibigyan ng attention, hindi ko nabibigyan ng focus. So, pwedeng, diba, hindi mag-succeed that way kasi you're so diluted. So, kailangan mag-ingat din. And you have to know when you can already start to diversify or when you should maybe stay the course and focus on make one grow.
That's really a good point. That's the first time na narinig ko yung ganyan na concept kasi most of the people na nakakausap ko talagang ini-encourage na, sige, ikaw lang if you can diversify. Tapos tanggap ka lang ng tanggap. Tapos oo nga, no, parang nakakapagod din. So, kailangan maging wise ka din talaga sa kung ano yung magiging focus mo na long term.
Imagine if LeBron James was playing basketball, doing music, playing art, doing business and all that, he probably wouldn't be LeBron James today. Same with Tiger Woods. But they were so focused and so committed in doing one thing that they became the greatest in their craft. Good in the business. But again, not everybody's meant to be Tiger Woods or LeBron James. Diba?
And Chris, gusto lang namin malaman, ano naman yung pinaka-rewarding na payoff from going into business from sports?
I think it's the impact to the community and to the employees. The fact that we're able to provide jobs, give them good working conditions, and impact our customers positively. I think that's the biggest reward. Money, to me, secondary yun. I think, of course, we all want profit. That's great, diba? But it's really, I see business as a project that, that can make people's lives better, especially the Filipinos. Kasi kung pera sa pera lang, pwede naman mag-invest elsewhere, trade ka na stocks or mag-invest ka in other things that are more passive, give you income din naman hindi ka pa mapapagod. Yeah. But to me nga, it's more of the impact that you're able to give the stakeholders because of the business and the projects that you do.
Parang nag-seminar. Kausap mo si
kasi hindi talaga lahat ng business owners naiisip yun na parang it's easy for many entrepreneurs or business owners na magtanggal ng tao and all that kasi for them parang, diba, pwede naman palitan and all. So, especially now with the technology, AI. So, very interesting to know na, diba, Chris is doing business not just for money but for the people, for the employees.
And all the stakeholders.
Everyone.
Involved. Kasi like I said, kung nakaipon naman early, you can invest lang and then naman, you can compute na, let's say, interest income, rental income or what. You can compute magkano ang kikitain mo for the year. Just live, if you live within that a certain means and pasok doon in a certain lifestyle lang na simple, you can live comfortably naman and just play basketball every day, play video games, travel, do what, and then you'll be okay. Pero is that really what's gonna make you happy? So for me, it's really by doing these meaningful projects that keep me excited, keep me going.
Ilan taon na pala yung anak mo ngayon?
9 and 7.
Maliit pala. Kung meron kang isang financial tip for them, what would that? Well, ako, kasi inuunti-unti ko na yung anak ko So parang, alam mo yun, parang gusto ko siyang
financial tip, don't let money consume you. Don't worship money. Because it could be lead to a lot of evil, I guess. As we all know. Use money to make your life and other people's lives better.
Ganda. I'm sure magiging super proud ang kids mo sa'yo, no? And kami rin, sobrang inspiring ng chikahan natin today, no? Especially for me who's doing business nga for a long time. And for Jordic, no, na push natin yan ang coffee shop natin.
Medyo hindi pa buo yung loob ko Sa dami nung ginagawa nga natin. So parang sabi ko kahit na okay baka pwedeng pangarap lang muna to. Pero siguro pag dumating yung time na medyo kaya na.
Magka-business partner ka din.
It'll come at the right time.
Yeah.
Kasi buti na nga lang minention niya rin kanina. Kaya natanong ko about getting a partner na
kasi most likely ganun yung mangyayari.
Yun talaga yung mindset namin. Parang ayoko, magkaibigan tayo. At least ngayon, hindi naman lahat, diba? Depende pa rin syempre sa sinabi ni Chris na values of course. At again, kailangan siyang pag-isipan many times, hindi lang dahil or hindi lang dahil trending ngayon, papasukin mo at least. Kailangan talagang pag-igihan at pagtrabahuhin mo naman. Kasi again, yung pera nilalagay mo dito, hindi naman basta-bastang pera mo lang. Ito yung pinaghirapan mo, diba? So you have to make sure na maayos yung paglalagyan at mag-grow talaga siya. So siguro hindi pa ngayon, pag-iisipan ng matagal-tagal dahil
na-pressure siya.
Na-pressure ako.
Where can we follow you?
I'm on Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram. I'm not super active but na pinaka-active siguro. Ano bang handle ko? Chris_Tiu17. CHRS_Tiu. I'm on GMA7. I have a science show there called I Believe. It's another one of my advocacies. Science program. We teach science to kids. We want to make it fun and entertaining, but then have them and then teach the science principles behind the things that we teach them. Parang we want them to have an inquisitive mindset of wanting to learn and have a genuine appreciation for science. Science is everywhere and it's so important. Diba? Where else? Twitter, but I'm not active.
Thank you so much, Chris. Ayan, sana marami po kayong napulot, no, na para-paraan ngayong araw. Once again, ako po si MK of FH Moms.
At ako si Joric, your resident rakitero. See you next time sa Para-Paraan kung saan ang usapang pera ay hindi natin tinatakbuhan. Bye guys!
Trying to get ahead in your finances? Or just curious about practical ways to handle your money? Dibale, Para-Paraan with Salmin highlights those conversations. Para may baon kang mga para-paraan by the end of each episode. Kaya, don't miss out. Follow Para-Paraan with Salmin everywhere for more tips and content like this. Sabay-sabay nating hanapan ng para-paraan ang usapang finance. Kasama sina Joric, MK at ating guests. Mag-follow at subscribe sa aming YouTube, Spotify at iba pang socials para hindi mahuli sa susunod na episodes ng Para-Paraan with Salmin.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are for educational purposes only. They are not financial advice and do not necessarily reflect the views of Salmon Group Limited or its affiliates. Your financial circumstances are unique. Assess your own needs and risk tolerance. For personalized financial advice, consult a licensed professional. Any products or services mentioned are offered by licensed entities and are subject to the terms and conditions of Salmon Bank, Rural Bank, Incorporated. For any products and services mentioned that are not from Salmon Bank, Rural Bank, Incorporated, please verify legitimacy and current rates directly with their providers. All accounts and loans discussed are subject to the bank's Know Your Customer and due diligence processes. Loans carry obligations and are subject to approval, applicable interest, and fees. Borrow responsibly and only from lenders licensed by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Be cautious of unlicensed applications. Any mention of personal earnings are examples only, as there is no income guarantee. Success is dependent on individual effort.